It was pretty good. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is a sequel to Guardians of the Galaxy. It's obvious, isn't it? It's like Volume 2. The characters you know and love are back, confronting a golden chick, and are helped by a guy with a beard. It has a solid first act, a predictable second act, and an amazing third act. It builds upon the foundation of the first movie, which you should be doing. But it did do some things that mildly annoyed me, but not to the point that made me go, this shit sucks. Like, for instance, Rocket still acts like a jerk to his buddies, except to Drax. That made sense because in the last movie, Drax was the one who comforted Rocket. You could see that it's a nice nod to that moment. But it's kind of annoying that they forgot that they were friends, that they don't have to be assholes to each other, especially at a critical moment.
Quill, to make it through that, you'd have to be the greatest pilot in the universe.
Lucky for us.
I am.
What are you doing? I've been flying this rig since I was 10 years old.
Later on tonight, you're gonna be laying down. There's gonna be something squishy in your pillowcase. And it's gonna be because I put a turd in there.
You put your turd in my bed, I shave you.
Oh, it won't be my turd. It'll be Drax's.
I have famously huge turds.
Can we put the bickering on hold until after we survive this massive space battle?
I gave Rocket's assholery a pass. Sort of, but it's in the back of my mind because in the movie it was just 2 months after the first film. So him changing all of a sudden doesn't make sense. Also, you don't really change overnight. It's like going to the gym. You don't really become a muscle man immediately after doing your set. It's doing those sets repeatedly, daily, until you wake up and say, oh, I got abs. But as an audience member, it's not really 2 months. Real life has happened, and it is annoying when the characters are supposed to be getting along and they're fighting. It was just set up so stupidly. Maybe they just get beaten by the alien army. There's no complication about them fighting amongst each other. You could do that. They could just get owned. Most of the cast seem to be where they were. Star-Lord and Gamora still have that sexual tension. Groot is still Groot, but tiny and adorable. He got annoying though. I'll get to that. I think Drax was the funniest guy in the whole film.
Look out! Oh, wow. I tried, guys.
Nebula and Yondu actually contribute to the plot. They have their own arcs. We find out why Nebula hates Gamora. And we find out that Yondu has some baggage of his own. The first part was set up well, except for the intro. The intro could have been great. They were fighting the tentacle monster that we see in the trailers. But instead of the actual fight, we get a dancing baby Groot. Get away from the screen, Groot. Holy fuck. I can't see them kicking ass. Come on. Why do this, James Gunn? You did this because the first film did it, obviously. After a wacky escapade with the Sovereign...
You know, they told me you people were conceited douchebags. But that isn't true at all.
Now you fucked up! Now you fucked up!
Rocket starts shit by taking away the batteries, the thing they were hired to protect, and the Sovereign basically want to fuck them up. They almost get wrecked, but they're saved by Peter's dad, Ego. This sets up the Sovereign wanting to gun down the Guardians, so she hires Yondu. Meanwhile, the Guardian ship was badly damaged. Afterwards, Ego comes down.
And who the hell are you?
I'm your dad, Peter.
And invites the gang to his home planet. At this point, they split up. Rocket and Groot, along with Nebula, who they received from the Sovereign, remain on the planet, while Peter, Gamora, and Drax go along with Ego and Mantis. This sets up the second part. The second part had predictable beats, which were acted well. Oh, the thing I told you should be wanting might not be a good thing. Why are you ruining this for me and my father? You don't even love me. At least you never told me. Oh, I just needed a hug from my sister. We're the same, you and I. Misfits, the both of us. Here we discover more about why Rocket is an asshole. But it doesn't excuse him from what he did earlier, I think. Peter discovers this thing, this Ego guy, may actually be his dad. And that's the shtick of the whole film. The theme of the film is family. The first movie is about cooperating with a bunch of jackholes. The second is about seeing if they're actually people you'd stick around with for a long time, like a real family. This section is good character development-wise, if a bit predictable. The problem in the second part is the overdose in humor. So much so that some of the jokes don't work or don't land. There was this one scene that just got so not funny.
Hey, Twig, you want to help us get out of here? There's something I need you to get. The thing I wore in my hand.
The edit here is actually funny because it was quick. In the actual movie, it takes too long. Each time Groot makes a mistake, they have to talk about it. And he does it again. And again. And again. And it's something I noticed. This movie had more jokes than the first film, but it's less funny. It's like making 3-point shots. Eventually you're gonna miss. But sometimes you shouldn't take the shot. The second part, however, is totally redeemed by this third act, which is so good, which is so great. All the themes of family are here, reinforced. You could get the sense that the Guardians choose each other as their family. And sometimes that's better than a real family. I don't want to spoil this too much. I actually want to talk about this in a separate video. Overall, I recommend that you watch this thing. Do it. Do it. What you waiting for? Do it.